Hey guys, I am here today with a very special video. Somebody asked me if I could talk about career planning. Seeing how as I'm kind of at that point in my life where I'm starting to plan for my future and build my career, I'm hoping that I can give you guys some useful advice and some tips. The first step involved in career planning is knowing what you actually want to do. And it's very helpful to kind of know this before you go to college. I know a lot of people go in their freshman year and they're kind of undecided and they don't really know and they want to take some different classes and see first. So that is completely fine, but I would say if you don't know what you want to do by your first year, you're setting yourself up to get set back in time, because while you're figuring out what you want to do, you're losing time when you could be taking classes for your major. Yeah, so like I was saying before, my Twitter on my phone so really interrupted me. You want to know what it is that you want to do, and you want to know what that is as early as possible, because what you're going to start doing while you're in college is planning for your career. So you're going to be doing things like joining different organizations and extracurricular groups. For example, I knew that I wanted to be a doctor from the start going into college before I went to high school. Before I went to middle school, I knew I wanted to be a doctor. So anyways, what I did was, I joined the pre-med society and I did work study jobs in biomedical research. And I worked in the molecular physiology and biophysics lab, and I volunteered at the hospital, and I did all these things. I worked in the doctor's office. I did mentorship. You want to start planning for your career way in advance before you graduate college. I mentioned this in my college video, but I think I accidentally deleted one of the videos. But you want to keep a good GPA. I think a lot of people focus on, just graduating and getting a degree, but when you're on the search for jobs after college, hello? So GPA is really important. You want that GPA to be as high as possible, because when you graduate, you're going to be competing with other college graduates in the job market with perfect GPAs, and you want to be as competitive as possible. One of the questions she asked was how to prep for a job after college. You need to start preparing for your job before you graduate. So the preparation for your job after college doesn't start after you graduate. It starts a year before you graduate. At the beginning of your senior year, you should start doing research on jobs that you want, positions that you want to hold, companies that you would like to work with, locations that you would like to be at. All those things are things you need to be doing research towards the beginning of your senior year, because what will happen is companies send out their recruiters to college campuses in the spring of every year. So what you want to do is spend that first semester doing your research, getting to know what it is exactly that you want to do, with what type of company you want to be with, where you want to be with, and you also want to spend that semester perfecting your resume. I cannot stress to you how important a good resume is. If you have a career center at your university or your campus, please take advantage of that. All that companies have to go off of is your resume aside from your interview. So you want to be using that semester to do your research, build up your resume, and build up your interview skills. The next step to preparing for your job after college is to actually go to job fairs. If your campus has a job fair on campus, go to that. I mentioned it in my college video, but that is how I got my very first job out of college, and it was an excellent job, and I'm just so thankful for the opportunity that I had, because the recruiters came to me. That's probably the only time in your life when people will come to you looking to hire you. So take advantage of that. Bring your resume with you. Wear business attire. So, something like this, a blazer, dress slacks, a nice dress shirt. Come dressed to impress, and picture it as an interview. So don't go in your college hoodie and just hand them your resume. your first impression on these recruiters, and these are people who are going to be hiring you for a job. So go in dressed to impress, with your resume impeccable, smile, make eye contact, shake hands, introduce yourself, give them an idea about who you are, leave a lasting impression on these recruiters so that they'll be, ready to give you a call on the phone and ask you for an interview. This person also wanted to know what it is that employers are looking for. I don't know if I can give you a finite answer as far as what employers are looking for, because that also depends on what industry you're in and what position you're trying to hold, and your background, your degree, things like that. But in general, I would say that employers are looking for someone who is a go-getter and somebody who has experience. If you're coming straight out of college, you're not going to have as much experience. But like I said, that's where those internships and those volunteer opportunities and those work study opportunities come into play. Employers are going to be looking to see, what have you done over the course of your college career to prepare for the industry that you want to be in? So it's very important that they see a track record of interest, in your resume and in your courses and your extracurricular activities, that you show a genuine interest in that field, and that that's really what you want to do. Aside from that, employers are looking for professionalism. Like I said, it's all in, how you're dressing, how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, how you speak. They're looking at how dependable you are, be early to any interviews, be on time for everything. They want to see how you interact with others. They want to know that you're friendly. They want to know that you're communicative. They want to know that you're well-rounded, you're professional and well-spoken. So make sure that you are aware of your body language at all times, your appearance, and how you carry yourself in front of employers. This person also wanted to know about working in another country, and I assume this is because she watches my videos and she knows that I lived in Europe for a period of time. I actually, while I was in Europe, I wasn't working. I only had a temporary visa. I didn't have a work visa, so I couldn't work. I was actually just doing, working on my master's while I was over there, so I didn't do any actual work. I wasn't employed over there. But I guess if you're looking to work in another country, first you need to do your research on the position in the other country, the language, the currency, what documentation you'll need to work in that country. For example, the visa, you'll need a work visa. You'll need to understand what things need to be in place for you to work in that other country. If you're required to be bilingual, you have to really focus on that aspect as well. Working overseas or working in another country has a lot of positives to it, but you want to make sure that you're ready to be away from your family for long periods of time, deal with the communication barrier, deal with changes in language and food, and kind of be accustomed to not having the things that you're used to here in America. Overall, I would say that if you're a young person and you're serious about your career, start now, whether it's doing the research, figuring out what you want to do, looking up jobs, applying to jobs. Just get started now, get involved. Also remember that you can do whatever you set your mind to. Just because you grew up a certain way, or your parents did certain things, or your parents didn't do certain things, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Whatever you want to do, put your mind to it and see it through. You're not going to get anywhere in life by sitting on your butt. Opportunities don't fall into your lap, so you have to make them happen. You can make them happen by doing a lot of the things that I talked about. I hope that this was somewhat helpful to you, especially to the girlie that requested this video. If you have any questions for me about career planning or schooling or anything like that, then go ahead and comment below. I will probably end up doing a blog post on this at sierraelaine.com, so stay tuned there and check that out. Thank you so much for watching my videos and subscribing, and as always, stay tuned for my next one.